Hey guys, welcome back to Be Rich. Before we get into the video, I wanted to bring to your notice that my uncles Vinod Srinivasan, Anand Srinivasan and I have rolled out our Substack, which is basically a blog / newsletter where we're going to post our original research onto it. And we've analyzed macroeconomic trends. And a lot of you know my uncle Anand Srinivasan and I regularly write for The Hindu, and these articles are also going to be made available for you in the Substack. The link is moatinvesting.substack.com. You'll find it in the description and in the video right now. We hope you go check it out. We've put a lot of time and effort into it. And please give us comments and feedback on what you read. Thank you. Hey guys, welcome back to Be Rich. Today we're going to be talking about gambling in the stock market, the increase in gambling, and today's topic is going to be focused predominantly in India. We're going to take examples from abroad, but we're going to see what kind of impact is gambling in the US having as a cultural shock in India as well. So many of you in 2021 must recall that gambling was a huge problem in America, where people were opening up new demat accounts with Robinhood and infamously buying GameStop and then it falling and then people losing a huge fortune, while bigger guys made off with a lot of money, like Chamath Palihapitiya, who has now put all his Twitter tweets with comment restrictions, so he doesn't want anyone to reply to his tweets. So he did a pump and dump SPAC scheme, and then I don't know whether he intended for it to be a pump and dump, but he lost a lot of money there. I mean, people who bought into it lost a lot of money there. He is fine, but
let's get something clear.
Yeah,
gambling is legal in most parts of the world, because government gets a lot of revenue from it in terms of taxes.
Yes.
Las Vegas, the city itself, is built on gambling.
Yeah.
Though it is terrible, like alcohol is terrible, cigarettes are terrible. It's another vice which governments, they say no, but same time they make money off it, so they're like okay with it.
But the problem with this, the stock market, is that in specific, like how in the 50s and 60s, doctors came on TV saying that you should smoke a cigarette a day if you want to feel better. And if you have a certain disease, you should smoke a cigarette. We have influencers who are coming online and saying that...
In 1930s, all the Wimbledon players and French Open players, especially the ladies, were encouraged to smoke. And all the tennis players post-match were smoking cigarettes. There's photos of them.
Right.
All the advertising photos, the Wimbledon players are standing in the center court, the cigarette in their hand after post-match, and saying how relaxing it is, and how it helps them to stay in shape by having a smoke after a tough match.
Right. So it's okay if you want to smoke, but you should know what the consequences of it are. And you should call it what it is, not delude yourself into thinking that you're investing, which is what this book is all about. Benjamin Graham, he was ahead of his time. So there was a recent conference in southern Bangalore where the famous Motilal Oswal head of derivative research, Mr. Chandan Taparia, said, how many of you do you want to be rich? And then the entire hall shot up, the hands shot up. And then Taparia started his lecture off by teaching them how to trade in options and derivatives and how to make money consistently. And he said, friends, if you follow this, trust me, you won't lose. And then he went on to say, if you don't take risks, you cannot survive the market. You cannot achieve your goals, he adds. And finally, he said, if you win, you can rule the world. These are words which a derivatives research head from Motilal Oswal is telling a group of youngsters who are just getting into the financial world.
This is what reminds me of our Hindu philosophy. In Westerners, when they first come to India, one of the main reasons they get attracted to coming to Hindu philosophy is because the tenement is, you are God and God is you. So they land here and the yogi looks at him and says, he tells Yogi, I am God. Yogi is like, you figured it out. Wonderful. Welcome to the club. Then he breaks it further down saying, but we are all gods.
Yeah.
So the problem in this concept is what people fail to realize is there's a room full of people, right?
Yes.
He's promising all of you will become rich. But if all of you are equally rich, you're equally poor also.
Yeah. And
people fail to realize this fundamental principle. If I have $1,000,
yes,
and everybody in the room has $1,000, my $1,000 is meaningless because everybody has got $1,000.
So this is the problem where it's supposed to be a masterclass of trading, where he's come and hundreds of people have traveled to attend this Bharat Option Traders Summit, and he's preaching to them, saying that, look, this is what you should be doing. And they've been holding seminars all the way from Kochi to Lucknow. And most of the crowd is not over people over 40. It's people like me, my age and somewhere slightly older. That is from about 20 to 21 years old to all the way till 35, 36. It's a very, very young cohort. And the important thing with trading, especially investing, is a whole different beast of its own. With trading, what you have to understand is you're competing against other people. At least with investing, you're trying to get a space on a boat where you think is going in the right place.
No, and investing, you're buying business.
Yes.
You are a business owner. You're looking at the business surviving and thriving and you living off a good business model.
Yes.
There is nothing but a true money in it. I mean, you're not trading, you're not gambling. And that's what baffles me the most. The two are not the same.
Yes.
Or even the same room.
Yes. And the thing is, there are people out there who want to convince you that one is the other, and to mitigate the so-called risks entailed, which they underplay quite a bit. There are huge risks involved. You're competing with other people. It's like, you need to be better than everyone else and have something which you know, which they don't know, or which you can do, which they can't do, is how you start making money by trading. By trading, you basically say that, look, I know more than the other person, so I'm going to act on that knowledge and I'm going to make a killing when my plan pans out. But then that's going to be difficult when you have people with tremendous amounts of resources sitting in the market, with a team of people who are much more qualified than you sitting and working on it. So a 20-year-old who's listening to Mr. Chandan Taparia tell him that this is the one true way to go about it, even if that was the one true way to go about it, like Benjamin Graham says, now it's out. The cat's out of the bag. Everyone knows what the trick is. And I'm sure Mr. Chandan Taparia has made this speech many times. So he must have influenced at least 1,000 to 2,000 people. And if they go into the options market and start trading the way...
The problem is, what these guys fail to tell you is, it is not a level playing field.
Yeah.
It's not like everyone is running a 100-meter race just on their own body and legs, whatever God-given body they have.
Yeah.
Each person is allowed to take whatever drugs they want, use whatever mechanisms they want, whatever machines they want. So it depends on finding what you have access to.
Yes.
So if your access pool of money is very small, you're going to get hammered.
Yeah.
And that's what they do. They're sitting there and vacuuming people off.
There are genuinely people with insider information trading in the market. That's something which is unavoidable. SEBI cannot crack down on every single person with insider information. And even if they do crack down, that money is not going to come back to you.
Yeah, it's all retrospective.
Yeah.
Like Vijay Mallya being punished for what he did in 2008, 2009.
Yeah.
Right. On that trade, on people who lost money then, what are you?
Nothing. Yeah. You're not going to get anything out of it.
Half of them may be even dead and gone by now.
And we talked about the 6% drop and then the rally in the stock market. Stuff like that happens and then it can finish you off.
Yes.
Because derivatives involve leverage. And there's a story of very recently, a Chennai software analyst with a very cushy job, living on the 10th floor of a nice apartment. He took on a $12,000 loan and he went into trading, like Mr. Chandan Taparia here, who has been talking about, and he made a huge loss and he decided to throw himself off the roof. This is one extreme. You can say that, look, you're cherry picking examples. Just Google it up if you don't believe me. Look at how many youngsters who are being misled this way. So,
no, another problem is, we as humans will always be biased. We want confirmation bias.
Yes.
So whatever we believe in, we'll only read news that confirms that.
Yeah.
We'll never see the news on the other side of the coin because it doesn't confirm our bias.
Yes.
So we avoid it. We try, our mind just doesn't register it.
Yeah.
We read so many stories about people dying because of trading or losing their shirts because of trading. We don't want to register it because it doesn't confirm. We see one story of a guy who's made $1 million and we're like, okay, see, I can do it.
Yeah.
And I'm not stupid. That guy lost money because he's stupid.
Yeah.
That's the problem. And I don't know how to overcome this.
And that's the second big problem, assuming that someone who got it wrong was stupid. That's a big, big problem. You shouldn't think of it that way. The fact of the matter is the game is rigged against you. And there's a saying in gambling, which is that the house always wins. The house in this case is Nitin Kamath of Zerodha or Mr. Chandan Taparia of Motilal Oswal. As many people as Mr. Chandan Taparia can get to sign up into his Motilal derivative trading platform, that much of a bigger commission for him. The real money he makes is through the paycheck which he gets by signing up all these youngsters and making them take on leverage and taking a fat brokerage fee out of it. And the government is...
It's exactly the same as LIC. So people who don't understand this, if you understand LIC, how LIC works and why LIC agents, your uncle who's an LIC agent is chasing you, You understand that? Then you should definitely understand this.
And
brokerage houses want you to do this.
And people need to realize that he's not charging you for something. He's bringing you in for free. What is his incentive? The incentive then is that either you are being sold something or you are the product. There are only two things. There are only two ways to go about it. Why is Google giving you the service for free? It's not really free, is it? You are the product. They're advertising to you. So similarly, people think that they're getting things for free. And that's the Indian mentality that, you want stuff for free.
This is the same reason why Sam Altman has given ChatGPT 4.0 for free. Because the more people he's able to vacuum into this and bring them into this, the more his model learns, the more people who are hooked onto his products. And like now he started ChatGPT search.
Yeah.
So people normally will go to Google, now will pivot into ChatGPT search. So it's a way to invite you in with offering things for free, and then they hook you on and then they keep you and it just harvest of your money and your data, which is what he's doing.
So there's a story which the FT covered where he's saying that there's this person called Akash MB, who's a 30-year-old attendee at the Bangalore Summit of the Motilal head of derivatives research. And he quit his sales job, which was paying him a good salary 2 years ago, and began actively trading. And he has lost over $2,400, which is almost equivalent to the GDP per capita in India. So a person's gross product within a year, he's just lost in a matter of 2 years after he quit his job. I mean, even from an economist's standpoint, I can't sit here and encourage people to speculate, because what good are you bringing to the economy? First of all, you're taking away what output you were producing in a good job. And on the other side, you're losing money by speculating. You're not helping yourself.
This is a problem. This is what gives capitalism, business ownership, all this a bad name. Because of this kind of, reckless investing or so-called investing and trading. This news spreads like wildfire and it paints everybody with a broad stroke, And it doesn't help having people like Elon Musk calling Warren Buffett a fool, Doesn't help. Because youth look to someone like Elon Musk.
Yes.
And if he's calling Warren Buffett a fool, that means there must be something to it. Because he's a genius.
Yeah. And there are similar influencers sitting in Tamil Nadu, sitting in Chennai, who I don't want to name. But the fact is, if you can buy a Rolls Royce, then from option trading, and you aren't showing your entire loss and profit, and you have hundreds and thousands of people signing up for your options trading classes, and the SEBI has officially put a regulatory ban on you from trading for a year or two, I think, you and your wife. People still think that people like this have something of offer to give. When you realize that you are the pig, they're fattening you and then they're slicing you up. This is the problem. I mean, if you look at our videos and you feel like we're encouraging...
But at the end of the day, you have to take ownership for your mistakes.
Yes.
It's very nice to see that you saw a video and you fell for it, but then you should learn from it.
I agree.
And yes, SEBI can do so much for fin influencers, stop them, everything. But at the end of the day, you have to realize there is no shortcut to any of this.
There's no shortcut.
Yeah. Creating wealth is separate from having a dopamine kick. That's why I say, if you have a propensity for having a dopamine kick, stay away from investing. If you like taking adventures, taking risks, stay away from investing. Don't take your money and invest. Do that with somebody else. Get a SEBI registered, planner, advisor. Sit with them. Get it out of your plate. So you can enjoy taking your risks without ruining yourself financially. Because these two are two separate worlds, and you can ruin yourself financially, and then you won't have any way to exit.
And the worst part about this is the fact that people don't realize that when the game is rigged against you, people are making money off of you playing. At the end of the day, at some point, you'll have to call it quits. You'll have to go back and go to the drawing board and try to really figure out what's going on. And if we have ever made you feel like you need to immediately get in on something or get out of something, then we regret making you feel that way, because we never want to. No. We're always looking at the 10-year horizon or 15-year horizon. I mean, the point of investing is to be in it for the long term. You're buying a cross-section of a country if you're doing an index fund, or if you're buying a company, you're becoming a part of that company. You have ownership in that company. However little your part is, you're still a silent partner in that company.
Yes.
And if your takeaway from our videos is buy at this and then target at that, then I'm sorry to tell you that we've lost you.
Yeah, and we're the wrong people for you.
Yeah.
If you're looking for that, and you click on our videos, you're going to get that information from us, we're not the right fit.
Right. And we'd be doing you a disservice and doing our own morality a disservice. I mean, this is mind-boggling, and reading this article has really given me a shock, because
I agree.
even after what we saw happening in the US with people losing their shirt and losing their livelihood, their families going onto the streets because their husbands decided to speculate, we are emulating it. We're not learning from those mistakes in India. And it's a worrying trend, as people who talk about investing in finance for educational purposes on this channel, it becomes our duty to keep reminding you, even though it may be repetitive, that please do not trade, please do not speculate. Options and derivatives, like Warren Buffett has said, are weapons of mass destruction. I know none of you want to cause mass destruction, either to you or your family. So we urge you to reconsider your decision if you're doing so already. So thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button. Please hit subscribe. And if you have any comments on this situation, please leave it in the comments section below. We'd love to hear your opinions on it. And yeah, thank you for coming to Be Rich.
Thank you.
I told you about visiting Singapore. The date has been finalized. It's 25th August. It's a Sunday. Those desirous of meeting me in Singapore can drop a message to the WhatsApp number given below or contact my team by an email. My team would reach out to you and we will assure you of our best services. For English and Hindi, there will be a separate meeting. See you in Singapore. It's a great privilege and honor that so many of you in thousands have subscribed to my channel and have supported me. I have written 2 books in English, The Alchemy of Money and Ordinary Stocks, Extraordinary Profits. These books are published by us and are ready. If you want to procure a copy, send us a message to the WhatsApp number given below and my team would respond to you. If you want an Amazon Kindle copy, you can click the link below. Finally, those who wish to consult with me can send a mail to berichenglish@gmail.com. Once again, I thank you for your support. If you like this video, press the subscribe button of my channel, hit the like button and turn on the bell notification.